guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been going a couple of weeks, guys. I've been handling some really personal things at home, but I'm back and bringing you this extremely sad story where this 18-year-old idiot, Salvador Ramos, a high school student in Uvalde, Texas, killed 19 students and two teachers. Let me just share my screen here. At least 19 children and two teachers are dead after a shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday. The tragedy in Uvalde, about 90 minutes west of San Antonio, comes just days after another deadly mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. When parents drop their kids off at school, they have every expectation to know that they're going to be able to pick their children up when that school day ends. And there are families who are in mourning right now, said Texas Governor Greg. The state of Texas is in mourning with them for the reality that these parents are not going to be able to pick up their children. The students who were killed were mainly third and fourth graders. Among them were Amari Joe, who just celebrated her 10th birthday 2 weeks ago, according to her father, Angel. My little love is now flying high with the angels above, he wrote in a statement to ABC News. Please don't take a second for granted. Hug your family. Tell them you love them. I love you, Amari Joe. The 18-year-old suspect, Salvador Ramos, a student at Uvalde High School, is also dead. Ramos was shot and killed horrifically and incomprehensibly. Sources say that the gunman first shot his grandmother. Oh man, damn. Shot his grandmother at a separate scene. Authorities initially said the grandmother was killed, but later said she was in critical condition. He crashed his car outside the school and emerged with a AR-15 style rifle, according to multiple law enforcement sources. Sources say he legally purchased two AR style rifles on May 22nd, just 2 days before the shooting and 6 days after his 18th birthday. See, this is what I be talking about. How easy they make this type of shit for these kids to just go purchase guns with no background checks, no mental checks, nothing. Oh my God, this is horrible. This is so horrible. Authorities have recognized the gunman's body armor and the suspect was wearing and numerous magazines and are analyzing the evidence. Sources say, who cares about them analyzing his evidence? Like, the damage has been done now. I hate when they start doing this. Now you want to start analyzing something and going back and checking his past and all of that. It's too late for all of that shit. Like this. Oh my. Oh, woosah, woosah. After that, the suspect entered the school and allegedly opened fire, killing 18 students who were mainly third and fourth graders, as well as one teacher. Then he traded gunfire with the Uvalde officer. A fourth grade student who was inside the school at the time described the horror of the shooting in an interview with ABC News. He said the student heard banging on the window and then the teacher saw the shooter. She said, "Oh my God, there's a gun." And then she said it was like a big one, like that, a big gun. She said, "Hurry up and get on the floor." The students recounted. We just hear all kinds of gunshots going on like nonstop, like constantly gunshots. And then we're over here all scared on the ground, fearing for our lives. Multiple social media users interviewed by ABC News said the accused shooter reportedly sent videos and photos of guns to other users on various social media platforms. See what I'm talking about? Just premeditated. He just been posting it, and nothing is done until after he, like, oh, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. I'm so upset right now. I can't even read. Like, I'm just so upset right now. I can't even read.
Karen, the first photo of 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, a high school student in the small rural town 85 miles from San Antonio. Ramos kills his grandmother, according to authorities. Then just after noon today, goes to the grade school in his town and opens fire there.
He shot and killed horrifically, incomprehensibly, 14 students and killed a teacher. Mr. Ramos, the shooter, he himself is deceased and is believed that responding officers killed him.
And at this point, the investigation is leading to tell us that the suspect did act alone during this heinous crime.
The 18-year-old shooter, Salvador Ramos, is dead after this attack 2 days before summer vacation for these elementary school students and the teacher who died. Ramos now being scrubbed by the FBI, Homeland Security, ATF, and Texas Rangers, all on the scene in Uvalde right now, trying to answer questions about his motive, means, method of planning, and whether anyone else was in on the mass shooting or even knew that Ramos was going to do this today. As the yellow tape is up at yet another school, also questions about security, access during class hours, and the procedures during an active shooter situation. But with 15 dead, at least, at this point, there is no question that a school, once again, has become a very soft target for someone with bad intentions and guns.
And with heartbreaking news out of Texas, the scene of the latest mass shooting to plague our country. This time it was at an elementary school. 21 people, including 19 children, were murdered. And the gunman who opened fire at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde is also dead. There are a lot of details still unfolding at this hour. Our coverage begins with Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller live in our newsroom. Derek?
Well, Ken, police say the 18-year-old gunman first shot and killed his grandmother before walking into that elementary school with an AR-15 rifle and body armor and murdering little kids. Responding police officers shot and killed the suspected shooter, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, but not before they say he committed the deadliest attack on an American school since Sandy Hook 10 years ago. Robb Elementary School is located in a heavily Hispanic community, Uvalde, Texas, west of San Antonio. Authorities are now using DNA to identify some of the 19 children murdered. 2 teachers also died. And this morning, we're hearing from a parent who knew one of the teachers killed.
It was more than anybody else has ever poured into my child. And I've just never seen anyone quite so dedicated. I just know that something has to be done because this is not normal. And communities shouldn't have to deal with this, and children in school should not have to live through that.
Overnight, neighbors in Uvalde gathered for a vigil. Participants formed a large circle and said prayers for the victims. One woman in attendance actually helped children evacuate after the shooting. I can also tell you that in our area today, expect to hear from New Jersey Governor Murphy in Trenton, also New York Governor Kathy Hochul near Albany. New York City Mayor Eric Adams will also be at police headquarters in Lower Manhattan, also talking about how to make sure children are safe at school. Shirlene?
Derek, we are also very shattered by this. Thank you for that report. As it is so often and does after these tragedies, we ask what happens now. During his address, President Biden urged lawmakers to take action now to prevent the next mass shooting. Here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
Overnight, as a line of hearses waited to carry off the victims at Robb Elementary School, lawmakers in Washington.
This is really, really heartbreaking to watch because we see this time and time again, and it's like, what is going to be done about this type of stuff? Why are these kids able to just walk into schools with big rifles and just shoot up schools like this? This is ridiculous. Guys, I'm shaking watching this.
Washington confronted the ugly truth.
We are seeing way too many of these.
We have another Sandy Hook on our hands. What are we doing?
I would normally say in a moment like this, we would all say naturally that our hearts break, but our hearts keep getting broken.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, gosh, like, damn it. When is this shit gonna stop? Why is this constantly happening, that they are able to walk up into schools with guns like this? It's more has to be done about this. This is ridiculous.
The violence in Uvalde coming less than 2 weeks after 10 people were killed in Buffalo. The FBI reporting 212 mass shootings in the U.S. in the first 144 days of the year. But Uvalde marks the deadliest school shooting in nearly 10 years, reminding the nation of the Sandy Hook tragedy and the call to action that came a decade ago.
And we're going to have to come together and take meaningful action to prevent more tragedies like this.
Since Sandy Hook, Congress has tried and failed to pass gun control legislation. The House recently managed to pass bills that would expand the review period for gun buyers and require background checks for sales at gun shows. But those efforts are expected to be blocked by the Senate.
Our kids are living in fear every single time they set foot in the classroom because they think they're going to be next.
That part. He's right. Like, the kids are living in fear, and the parents are living in fear. They send their kids to school. I send my kids to school today. Are they gonna come home? Like, this is ridiculous. Where's the protection? Why are they not protecting the children in the schools and the classrooms? They have these protocols for things like this, and they're clearly not following. They are clearly not following those protocols.
What are we doing? Why do you spend all this time running for the United States Senate? Why do you go through all the hassle of getting this job, of putting yourself in a position of authority?
Right. To not do shit. To just not do shit once you in the seat. I'm sorry, guys. This is just pissing me off.
If your answer is that as this slaughter increases, as our kids run for their lives, we do nothing.
Many Republicans say restricting.
I'm with him. Like, that's how angry I am. I'm so frustrated and angry. I could barely even get through this video. Like, I'm shaking and stuttering because I'm that upset. It's so mind-boggling to babies. These were babies, second and fourth graders. My heart is just torn to pieces for these families. My condolences to every family that experienced this. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Weapons is not the answer.
That doesn't work. It's not effective. It doesn't prevent crime. We know what does prevent crime, which is going after felons and fugitives and those with serious mental.
And he's a Republican. He would say that bullshit. Oh, they could just keep on buying the guns. Yeah, it's not the guns, it's them. Yeah, but you're still giving the guns to a person with a mental disability that you didn't do background checks on to see if he was able to have a gun. First of all, he's 18. He shouldn't even have a goddamn gun, period. Like, what he need a gun for? Why is he going to buy a gun 6 days after his birthday? And nobody's asking questions. And
arresting them, prosecuting them when they try to illegally buy firearms.
With the issue of gun control now front and center ahead of the midterm elections, many people believe the path forward can be found in red flag laws. Now, those laws open the door for officials to identify anyone potentially dangerous and either confiscate their weapons or ban them from buying a new one. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you to Ike for that.
Guys, I'm at a loss for words. I just don't know what to say. I'm so upset. When this came across my phone yesterday, I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so broken. I'm so heartbroken for these families. This is really, really sad. And then I'm hearing that a 10-year-old little girl who hasn't been accounted for. And I hope they find I hope they find her. Guys, I will be back with an update. I'm going to stay on top of this story and come back with an update on this story. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And guys, follow me on all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Sister Girl Talk TV.